Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackie and welcome to the official reading holiday Christmassy books for however long, because I want to try to get through my TBR, the Bookmas video. Already, I just want to say I've been looking forward to this vlog out of all the Bookmas videos I've been recording for so long. I haven't already started posting for Bookmas because I decided I'm going to do the second half of Christmas, so I'm posting 13th to 24th. But because I think I've already started by the time this video is supposed to go live, I believe the first video that I posted would have been getting into the festive holiday spirit. And in that video, I actually already started a couple books off the TBR, so I want to talk about those first before we get into the official books I'm reading in this video. Now keep in mind, this is going to be very scattered. I wish it wasn't, but keep in mind also that I'm recording this in the middle of every single other Bookmas video I'm recording because it's very last minute and I have like exams going on. I'm in like a little bit of like a stress situation. I have to figure out gifts for everyone because literally 90% of my family is born in December or early Jan. I have Christmas to look forward to. I have like a Christmas getaway trip that's happening sometime in this month, and so things are going crazy. And so I already want to preface this video by saying there won't be a lot of reading on like physical books or like ebooks via Kindle. It's mostly just going to be audiobooks because I want to get done with all my Christmas prep. I want to get done with the gifts. I want to get done with everything else. So if you don't want to watch this kind of video wherein I'm just getting through audiobooks, I'm so sorry. You'll have to just wait for the next Bookmas vlog when it comes out. But if you do want to watch, yay, welcome. We're gonna start talking about books now because that's what you came for. So now in that video, like I said, I read a couple of books. I think I started the Nutcracker. I finished that, and I started an Enid Blyton book. I didn't finish that in the video, but I finished it a couple days later and I have thoughts on both of them. I gave the Nutcracker 3.5 stars and I gave Enid Blyton's 4 stars, and both of them were read for nostalgia vibes because I said in that video I've never read the Nutcracker before, but it was like a children's classic, and as soon as I finished it I wanted like another children's book because I was just in the vibe of it. And so I picked this one up because I used to read her story collections when I was younger, and it already felt so nice getting back into her world of toys and imagination and like sweets and such nice things that I'm so happy and I want to talk about it. Nutcracker is such like a classic household name when it comes to Christmas, and I feel like all of us at this point have like some sort of context about the story. Me personally, I've seen so many different versions of it. I've seen retellings, I've read retellings, I've seen movies, plays, dances, dramas, basically anything you can name, except I haven't actually read the original book. So in that video I wanted to go ahead and do that. I actually did it, and it basically follows the story of the Mouse King and basically the Nutcracker. They're fighting. I don't really want to say a lot about it because it's maybe just 100 pages long, and I don't want to ruin it for you because it'll literally just take you a couple hours in your afternoon to get it done. But just know it's a tale worth reading, and if I had read this when I was younger, I would have been so obsessed with it, and that's the only thing I regret not having done when I was smaller. But because now I'm at the stage where I am reading all these complex fantasy books, it wasn't really awe-striking, but it was good to read, and I'm so happy that I know the lore and the backstory behind the Nutcracker stuff I've been getting so excited and into this month, which is why I'm giving it 3.5 stars, because it's not really going to be something I remember apart from Christmas time or when I'm like reading or watching the retellings, but it is something that I did enjoy reading, and it was a good tale. I was really on my toes while I was listening to it, so excited to see what would happen next. And I feel like any child or even anyone in general would love reading this book, especially around Christmas time, because it's the kind of book you want to read by the fire. You curl up and you sit down and read it. The Enid Blyton book. So this one, it's basically just like a compilation of her short stories that revolve Christmas. Anything about it, if it's got like a theme of Christmas, it was in the book, and there were so many in it. I read it over like a couple of days listening to it, and it was a good time. Genuinely, whenever I've read her books as a child, my heart always feels so full with warmth, and again, that's what I got with this. That's the feeling I felt, and I'm so happy to have read it. Want to go ahead and read some more, even though I'm literally grown up and this doesn't really appeal to my age range anymore, but I'm going to read it anyway. It was a good story, or like a bunch of stories, and overall I'm giving it 4 stars. Now as for the TBR that we're trying to finish in this video, so now we have already checked off 2 books off the TBR. This is what the entire list looks like. I believe there's like 20 books on it. I will not be reading all 20 this Christmas, keep that in mind, because there's like a lot of things I need to be doing time. I don't think I mentioned it, but I have like exams going on at the moment till the 13th of December, the first day I'll be posting for Bookmas. So it's already like crazy hectic, and I don't know if I'll be able to get to 20 books anyway, because I don't think I've read that much in a month in my whole life. So realistically, I want to read at least 10 in this video, and because we've already finished 2, I'm gonna try to aim to read 8, but because I'm going away for like a Christmas trip that I've mentioned earlier, I'm going on the 18th of December, I believe, and then once I go for that, I believe I'd like to be reading more vacation-y type of books rather than Christmas, because that's where, you know, my mindset changes. I'm going to a different place and there'll be like a different vlog for that. So I'm gonna have this vlog going up till maybe the 17th or maybe even the 18th of December, but that's it. So I'm gonna try to get through 8 more books during that time. And already to start off with, I started another audiobook, because like I said, whenever I do anything in Christmas time, it's best to have some sort of audiobook running, because I'm just gonna get so much progress on it rather than forcing myself into reading a physical or ebook and then worrying while I'm reading it and not taking the experience out of it. So for this, I ended up starting the Christmas Wish. So technically last year when I ended up going with my family out on Christmas Day, I think there was like a vlog of it. We went to like a place, the bookshop was extremely crowded, but one of the books I saw for the first time over there was this. I read the summary of it. One of my favorite like romances of my life. I recommended every single video on this channel. It's called Marriage for One, and in that the guy is a lawyer, except over here she's a lawyer, and you know, it's set during Christmas time. She goes back to her cozy like small town hometown, and it has the Groundhog's Day trope. So basically Gwen Baker, everything's going wrong in her life. She has the worst Christmas of her life. Guess what happens the next day she wakes up? It's Groundhog's Day. So basically she's repeating Christmas Day over and over again, except she doesn't know why. And so far I'm on the first time that she's repeating the day, so the day has already happened and you know, she's repeating it again. I think I'm like over 100 pages already into it, and the reason I really, you know, picked it up at the bookshop a year ago, I picked it up on Christmas Day and I almost bought it, but I told myself that I'll be back home literally on the 26th, because you know, I knew I was getting back home late, and if I'm getting back after midnight when it's the 26th, I probably don't want to read a Christmas book anymore, so that's why I didn't get it. And the cover we have in my country is a pink one. It's so much prettier than the one I have on screen. So if you know, I enjoy it, I'm probably just gonna buy a physical copy for myself, because it has a Groundhog's Day trope like I said, and one of my favorite books from last year's Bookmas, where I was reading a bunch of holiday books, actually has the same trope. It's Inner Holidays by Christina Lauren, and I love this trope so much. I know people don't, they find it frustrating, but this is probably one of my favorite ones in any kind of book. And so you know, I had to start off with this, with one of my, you know, holiday books of the TBR, and I'm having such a good time. I'm loving the references to it. I'm loving how relatable it is. I'm loving the humor and the funny elements of it, and you know, everything about it is so cool right now, so I'm having a good time. And then apart from that, I think I may have mentioned it in a couple of other videos, I started The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter on Kindle, because I know I said I don't want to be reading on Kindle like a lot, but at night time when I want to, you know, unwind and like literally just sit down and read some, I'll be reading on my Kindle. So I got this. I'm only 5 chapters in. I don't really know the premise, but it's Ali Carter. I read a different book of hers in a different video. I'll have it on screen. I think it was called The Blonde Identity. I literally think I had the best time of my life reading that. It was also one of the first books I read on Kindle, so this is very nostalgic to me. Already I'm having such a good time reading this. As far as I can gather, there's 2 like authors come together, except she hates him and he might secretly be like harboring feelings for her or whatever. So it's a good premise so far. I don't know much about it. I just know there's like a Christmas murder mystery element happening, so I'm trying to figure that out. But I'm gonna go do some more reading now, because this has been like a huge update. Also quickly before I go away, I wanted to say, while I was listening to my audiobook, this is what I mean when, you know, I listen to books in Christmas time. I got through so much of it because number one, I was like coming back home from like a dinner. We were on a long car ride away, so I started that in the car. But then today, I think I may have again mentioned it in the first Bookmas video, the festive day one. My sister accidentally let slip when we were writing our Christmas lists. We still haven't written them, but you know, she let slip one of the things she wants from me. And a couple of years ago, actually quite a long time ago, when she was like a toddler, I made her like this finger knitted bunny. I think she believes she's lost it, so she actually wanted another one this year for Christmas, but she didn't want to ask for it. So now that I know that, I actually sat down this afternoon and I made her another one. I'm hoping this has turned out better than the one I gave her the first time around, because keep in mind, we are like got like a huge like age difference between the two of us, but still I was younger when I made it like the first time around, and so I'm hoping my skills have improved. But this is what it looks like. I don't know if I really like it, but you know, she probably will. And this is what I was making while I was listening to the audiobook. I'm gonna go now hide it before she sees it, and I'm gonna go work on some more gifts, I guess, while I'm going ahead and listening to this. In the first Bookmas video, I keep referencing that I actually made a couple things for my friend as well, so I want to go wrap this up in like a gifting. so that, you know, no one can actually see what's inside. And while I'm doing that, I'll be listening to some more because I'm loving this so much. But hopefully I'll come see you soon when I'm done with the book, because this is otherwise going to be a huge video wherein I'm constantly updating and you don't really care. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys. So I quickly just wanted to give a fast update to this video because I'm filming this, like I said, in the middle of all the other Bookmas vlogs that are going on right now, which is, you know, going all over the place crazy. But I did end up manage to finish listening to The Christmas Wish. Now here are my thoughts on it. I'm going to be really brief. I did enjoy the book. I enjoyed like the beginning of it. I found it very relatable, some aspects. You know, it was very humorous as well. I found many bits funny. And the fact that, you know, she's stuck in like a rut in her life. She's not even in my age range, but there were some things she was saying, you know, that I am not in the same situation like as her, like at all. But some of the things she was saying was so relatable and hit so hard that it's kind of crazy that it was written down as a book. And, you know, I really appreciated that. But then I feel like there were so many repeating Groundhog's Days that, you know, at some point when I was literally, you know, towards the middle of the book, I felt like it slowed down. I felt like it was monotonous and repetitive, and, you know, it wasn't holding my attention anymore. Like, it had a great start and a great end, and the romance, not many people like it on Goodreads, but, you know, surprisingly I really enjoyed it. It's just the middle that felt like a little flat for me because I wasn't really paying so much huge attention. I was bored throughout, unfortunately. And so I'm thinking I'm going to give this book 3.5 stars. It had like the perfect ending though. I feel like the way it concluded, it was a little cliched, it was a little, you know, a little cringy slightly, and, you know, it was like the perfect like cookie dough type ending. It was sweet. It had to end on like with like a perfect bow with, you know, like the happily ever afters that we get in like fairy tales. But I feel like, you know, it's Christmas time. I just want some Christmas cheer and joy, and this book gave that to me. And if I want to be happy with like a cliche ending at the end, I don't really care what people say. I enjoyed the book, though not enough to go and buy that cute pink copy, so I'm just gonna leave that to be. But it was a good book regardless, and I had a good time. So now on to the next book. Like I said some time back, I was starting The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, I believe, by Ali Carter on Kindle. I have started it at this point. I read some more today. I'm like at 20%, and now I understand the plot. There's this Agatha Christie level author. She's called Eleanor Ashley. She invites two, you know, not so popular but like still big authors to her Christmas mansion in UK to spend Christmas with her, and essentially both of them go. So there's Margaret and there's Ethan, and as it turns out, Eleanor ends up like getting murdered or something like that. I haven't really reached like the main part of the story, but from what I can understand, you know, they are trying to figure out what happened. There's police transcripts. Everyone's trying to see who did the deed and who did what they did to her, what really happened, what went down. And that's why it's the most wonderful crime of the year, because she writes mystery thriller books. She is on her 100th book that she's writing, and so what was the motive, what went down really, and, you know, it's great. And I just wanted to quickly say before anything, all the past romances I've been reading recently have such grumpy men wherein they just don't communicate and talk. And while that's fine, in this book, the guy is the biggest flirt ever. He's literally flirting every scene, which is why I'm loving it so much. Like, I sit down, I pick it up, and suddenly I'm such a big way through it. And I still have exams going on. I still have like a couple of papers to go from today. And it's so crazy because I shouldn't be reading, I should be studying. But here I am picking this up, reading it, giggling at this man, because anytime there's nothing going on, anytime there's like a short pause, he does stuff like asking, you know, should we make out? It's just very random, but he's filling in the pauses. And this is the kind of stuff I want to read right now, because while, you know, the grumpy men books are fine, this is so good. It's so hilarious and entertaining. The banter is crazy as well. There's stuff that's happened to our main girl Margaret in her life that has her grumpy, and he's the sunshine, and I'm having such a good time. I can already see where the romance is going a little bit, but I feel like that's the kind of book I like reading anyway. And it's Ali Carter. I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna rate it highly, and it's a good time. So I'm gonna go continue reading this. Hopefully I'll go study for my exams as well, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple days when I'm starting Bookmas and I have all the time in the world except when I'm editing to go sit down and read more Christmas books, and hopefully we can read some more before I have to go on my trip. So this is fun. I'm getting through my holiday TBR. I'm having a good time, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, I'm back in here again to update the vlog. I know my curtain is down while the light is coming through. I have said it in literally every single Bookmas video at this point, but my room is very backlit, and so for the sake of this clip, the curtain is down. As soon as the clip is over, I'm putting it back up because I don't want to waste precious sunlight, especially during winter time because it gets so cold. It's going into like 4 degrees these days, and it's getting dark that fast, and it's kind of crazy, and I'm not enjoying it. So I want my light as much as I can for the sake of my sanity. And so after the clip I'm doing that. About the books, I do remember the last time I came I had finished a book and I was reading something on Kindle, and that was while I had my exam still going, and while I did want to come and update in the time since today is actually one day prior to the day I'm leaving for vacation. So today is the 17th, I'm going tomorrow, and the thing is I have a few book updates. First we'll get to those and then we'll get to the plan. So since the last time I actually spoke to you, I have read a little more of The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, and now I have more of like a synopsis to give. I know I said she's like dead last time. She's not dead. I think she's alive. I don't even know, but she's actually gone missing. So they're trying to find her, but it's not confirmed that she's dead. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is, if you took apart the romance and the mystery storylines in this, they would both be so perfect. You could make separate books with it. But the fact that it's combined to make one book and it's just exact, the way Ali Carter has done it, it reminds me very much of like a combination of Emily Henry and Annabelle Monaghan, like the best parts of both, to make Ali Carter, and a little more of Ali Carter herself or whatever, to make that perfect blend. And the way it's giving me such amazing feelings, I'm telling you, one of these days Ali Carter is going to write a book that I resonate with, that I end up giving 5 stars because it was just so good. The way she's done it, the way her writing is, I'm like highlighting things every single page. And then not just that, the characters, Ethan is so freaking adorable. Maggie, she hates Christmas for a reason because everything bad happens to her on Christmas, and I like how the book is like got undertones of Christmas rather than overly decked out, because I feel like last year I read so many of these books wherein it was just so focused around Christmas that you lost the main plot or the point of the book, and this one, it still got that going, so I'm loving that. It's very winter-esque, and I know Christmas is a thing in it, but it's not like overly done to the point where Christmas is a character and there's so much emphasis on it, the story takes a backseat. So I'm loving that. And apart from that, I actually managed to finish a book. So it was just a novella, it was nothing crazy. While I was doing my bookshelves, I was actually listening to it. So I don't know if this vlog comes up before my bookshelf vlog or that goes up after. But regardless, I have done my bookshelf for Bookmas, and during that, I actually managed to listen to My December Darling. This was like a buddy read with my best friend, and essentially it follows Catalina. Her sister is getting married to her ex. So at the wedding, there's no hard feelings between the two of them. That's the best part of the book. They're still like friends and whatever, the sisters. And that's the best part, because I feel like, if something like this goes on in like another book, the author makes such a big deal out of it, wherein, it's a huge crazy thing, but nothing really happened between Catalina and the man her sister's about to marry. And so, the sisters are still maintaining their relationship, because I feel like in so many books, like it's a huge thing, obviously, don't get me wrong, but then the way it's carried out between the sisters, they're like, treating each other like they're evil, and that wasn't the case in this book. So I was a little like unsure when I was like getting into it, but I've heard great things, so I tried it out. It's a Christmas novella. It's set in Lake Wisteria, which is actually the place where her love redesign, love unwritten books are set or whatever, but I haven't read those. I have them, and now I can't wait to get to them, because if she could develop so much in a 250-page book, I can't wait to see what she does in like a 600 brick of a book. But essentially, Catalina is in town for her sister's wedding to her ex. She's trying not to fall for the best man because she hates him, but like we both know they secretly harbor feelings for each other, and he does like such nerdy things. It's very acts of service coded, and it's the smallest things, like if she's gonna tell him something, he's gonna remember and do that for her later, or something like a preference, say her favorite coffee flavor, and then he's gonna go ahead and get that for her. And that's the way it was, and I love the way it was just so geeky in the sense that I could relate to some bits of it, but also it did go very much deeper than a novella goes, because I've read so many at this point, so many Christmas books especially, wherein it's just like a physical attraction, and like that was a thing here, but also it went deeper into like family aspects and fleshing out the characters a little bit. But the only thing was, only the two of them were fleshed out to some extent, the others were just like around them or whatever. And I feel like how much can you do in like a 250-page book. So it wasn't bad to me. I really enjoyed it. It's just I didn't necessarily connect with it to the extent that I'm going to rate it so high. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. It was fun to get through. I finished it in like literally one sitting, and that was because I was doing my shelves, and it was like the best entertainment because I kept doing my shelves without procrastinating just so I could listen to my book and see what happens next. So I had a good time with that. And then I started another audiobook, The Christmas Fix. Essentially it follows this like influencer reality TV star. She's trying to fix up the town of Mary because it got spoiled because of some like hurricane or something like that. And so because the weather damaged it and it's Christmas time, it's time for Mary's like annual Christmas town festival thing that brings them their most revenue. She's trying to fix it before that happens so that, you know, they can get their money and, you know, fix the town up because everyone's just like making such a hit because it's their favorite like place in the world, and you know, it's like damaged and messed up. It's some people's hometown, and so she goes to fix it. But then over there, the main mayor or whatever, he's like obstructing in her path because he believes that she's just doing it for the views and the camera or whatever, and they like have all these like preconceived notions that are mostly misconceptions about each other, which is why they hate each other, but you know, start falling for each other. We have like an almost angry love confession, if that's what you can call it, and it was fine, but it was, you know, mostly physical from the first page. And I've been listening to that on and off while doing all kinds of random stuff, so making thumbnails for booktube, Bookmas especially right now, and then, you know, doing my reading journal, some of my bookshelf because I ran out of the previous audiobook, so I started this, and now I'm packing my bag for going for my trip tomorrow, and so I'll be listening to more of that, and I'm pretty sure I can get it done today. And I think I have a chance of like maybe even getting another audiobook done because I don't have a lot left on this, and I have lots of work to get to today, especially in terms of like editing and the video I need to post tonight. So I'll see about that, but that's bookish updates for now. I do think I want to continue this vlog to the point where I finish my current audiobook, I listen to one more, and I want to finish reading my book as well, on the one on Kindle. So I don't know how much we'll get done, but I know for sure that tomorrow when I leave, it's gonna be like a 6-hour drive, I think, and that's at the very least, not accounting for like traffic and stuff. So I'll have some sort of audiobook going at that point as well, and because I'm listening to them at 2x speed now, it's so sped up, I should probably get like another one done tomorrow on the drive as well. So I shall see what happens with that, but I'll come update you hopefully now when I'm on vacation, which feels so weird to say, especially in this time of year, but I feel like it's so winter bluey or whatever that I just want to go, and it's going to be so much hotter and nicer there because it's cold and I'm frozen half the time. But anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys hopefully in a few days now when I'm on my vacation, and then we can end the vlog there with final thoughts on whatever books I managed to get reading. Hi guys, so I'm actually here. I've reached the place on vacation, and I just wanted to quickly come in and give you guys like an update. But before that, please keep in mind I am freezing, which is why I have this on. And for now, our holiday books. The last time I spoke to you, I think I was reading The Christmas Fix. I actually ended up finishing that. I wish the book was, okay, this is my feedback for it. Basically, I wish the book was smaller in length. I feel like it could be cut down 100 pages. There was no third act conflict like primarily, so there was no drama or anything to keep me going in the book, which is why I wish it had something more interesting to have me on my toes. It was very much a physical connection, so that was not something I enjoyed either because I'm not here for Insta lust. And the guy's opinions of the girl were primarily misogynistic, which is why I really hated it. So, you know, I didn't have the best time reading this one. I was very indifferent towards it, but it wasn't something I like hated it. So I'm giving it 3 stars. That's just like in the middle of my scale. I don't really care about this book, probably won't think of it again, but you know, it was sweet in some bits. He had like a daughter and the interactions with her were like, you know, wholesome, and it was a fine Christmas book to read if you want to. And then after that, like I said I would, I ended up starting window shopping. I didn't get like a lot of it done that day because I was very busy with a bunch of other things, but yesterday in the car ride here, I managed to basically finish literally the whole thing. I have only like 45 minutes of listening left now, sped up, so I'm gonna go do it as soon as I'm done recording this clip and give you final thoughts. But this is basically about an ex-convict. She just got out of jail and she's like looking at window displays when this guy comes and asks her what she thinks about the window display. So she gives him her honest opinion, except he was the owner of the shop and he actually offers her a job. So when she starts working there, they have like feelings towards each other. This is another insta love physical connection book. It's very, very spicy. Would not recommend personally for me, but you know, if that's your kind of thing, you can read it because it's interesting, but like it's very boring because nothing feels like it's happening. So I'm gonna go finish it up. Not much has happened since I last spoke to you, and then after that maybe I'm gonna try to get this video as much as I can done today, because I know if I finish this and if I finish my Kindle book, I'll have 7 books done in total. I said I want to read 10, but then the other video that I need to be recording for vacation right now involves me reading other books, and so this kind kind of needs to be done as well because it needs to go out this week sometime, and I don't know if I'll have more time to read for this video specifically apart from today. So I will see you guys hopefully in a little bit with some final updates on the books, but I'm gonna go continue reading and listening now after I'm done recording the other book updates I need to for other Bookmas videos, because I'm in the middle of filming so much. I'm so confused and freaked out and I'm panicking a little bit, but it's fine, I'll be fine. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, so I'm here for my cousin's wedding. This is the resort we're living at, and so I just wanted to quickly come in and say, I know this is very last minute. The day I'm recording this clip is actually the day the video is supposed to go out as well, but I ended up finishing both of the last books we were reading. So I finished Window Shopping and I finished The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, and I'm here to talk to you about both of these books. Window Shopping, it felt very physical. I genuinely didn't give a shit about the characters. I feel like I didn't know anything about them from page 1 till the very end, considering there was so much spice because it was 250 pages. There was too much spice for that, and I didn't know anything about them in that point. When the book ended, it was just a lot of spice and a lot of junk, and otherwise I didn't know shit. So I gave this book 2.5 stars. It didn't really keep my attention because every time I was listening to the audiobook my mind kept zoning away, and so not really a great read. Now The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, on the other hand, Ali Carter knows how to do it every single time. I think I need to read at least 2 more of her books before she becomes a top 5 author, because genuinely she's got the potential to do that. And her books are crazy. The romance in it can be pulled apart and made a separate book. The thriller mystery can do that too, and they both together account for something so amazing that I love it. And this was actually a cozy Christmas mystery or whatever, cozy romance if you may. The romance in it really slayed because there was so much that was good about it. He was pining for her from the first page. Very grumpy sunshine, she's the grump, he's the sunshine. And I've been speaking about this for so long, but genuinely one of my favorite books I've read this year. And last night I actually put out my favorite books of the year video, but that was not part of it because I filmed the video I think a few days ago at this point. So I just wanted to quickly say this has made it to the list officially. It was too good, and I gave it 4 stars because it wasn't as good as the other book I've read by her, but it was so good because the romance in it, oh my god, I don't even want to talk anything apart from that. Already gone and told a couple of my friends to go ahead and read it just because of Ethan Wyatt, because that's the man he is, and that's the kind of stuff I want to be reading, because there's so much about it. There's quotes, there's just the way he talks to her, the way he behaves. It's kind of acts of service a little bit coded, and I really loved it. I loved how he'd always put himself ahead of her in case there was danger. Otherwise he'd let her grow and become herself, and she actually got out of a toxic relationship, so he was helping her heal from that. He was being perfect for her. And I actually put out a review. I'm gonna have it on screen. I don't know the exacts because it was a couple of nights ago, but that just goes to say I love this book so much, and maybe you will too, so go ahead and read it if you can. This has, I think, probably this and Inner Holidays by Christina Lauren are my top holiday reads of all time, and so it's definitely made it to that, and it's crazy saying that. So if you guys want to go ahead and check it out as well, please do. But that's it, we've reached the end of today's reading vlog. Hopefully you guys had a fun time coming along with me this Bookmas, reading so many holiday books. Now I don't think I'll be reading any more this year, even though I had a whole list of 10, because keep in mind, wait, I think my list was 20, but regardless, keep in mind I am on vacation. I have reached the resort. I am supposed to be reading books for a different video now, and I have a couple of other things on my plate, and this video needs to go out either tonight or tomorrow, and so it needs to be complete for that. So I think 7 books is more than enough, and I want to save some to read next holiday season when it comes around. I don't know if I'll be reading any more, but I am trying to get through the second Pumpkin Spice Cafe book so I can read the third one, which is actually on our list. It's Christmassy. But apart from that, I don't really know about book updates. You see it in my vlog when the vlog of this vacation comes out in the new year, so you can look forward to that if you want more bookish stuff. But yeah, I think 7 books is really good as well, because I feel that's a perfect amount in my head to me. And it was fun going along with you guys reading these books. I don't remember half of them, but the ones I do remember, they really slayed. And these holiday reads of this year kind of nailed it. They were really wild and they killed it, and I had a good time. So hopefully you guys did too. If you enjoyed coming along with me reading all these holiday books, like, comment, share, subscribe, do the YouTube things, you know how to do them. And I'll see you hopefully in tomorrow's Bookmas video, because I love saying that daily. I love seeing you daily, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I hope you have a great rest of your day.